Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our MESAT Bulletin, and we shall start with our headlines. Train derails in North India, killing 104 while many trapped. French conservatives voting in first presidential primary. And moving on to our details, starting with New Delhi. At least 104 people were killed when 14 coaches of an overnight passenger train rolled off the track in northern India early Sunday, with rescue workers using cutting torches to try to pull out survivors. The Director General of Police said the death toll was likely to rise because rescue workers had yet to gain access to one of the worst damaged coaches, adding that about 150 people were injured, with 72 in serious condition. Officials said the train derailed at around 3:10 a.m. near the village of Pokriyan, outside of Kanpur, but the cause of the derailment was not immediately clear. And going to the Middle East, the top Iraqi commanders said on Sunday that troops were continuing to advance toward the center of Mosul, pushing back Islamic State fighters. But the commander added that troops were slowed down by sniper fire and suicide bombings, as well as concern over the safety of civilians in a city that is home to some 1 million people. Meanwhile, the troops fighting in Mosul's eastern side laid siege on Sunday to the Al-Zuhur neighborhood, about 5 miles from the city center. It's worth mentioning that the Iraqi military began the campaign 1 month ago to retake Mosul. Onto the Syrian profile, the Syrian government on Sunday refused the UN proposal to grant the eastern districts of Aleppo autonomy as part of an approach to restore calm to the war-torn city. Foreign Minister Walid al-Muallim said the state's institutions must be restored to the city once militants have been expelled from the opposition-controlled eastern districts. Speaking following a meeting with the UN's special envoy Staffan de Mistura, Al-Muallim gave no indication his government would ease its assault on Aleppo's eastern districts in a campaign that has left all hospitals serving the enclave out of service. However, de Mistura did not make any remarks following the meeting. On another front, at least 8 children were killed in Aleppo on Sunday when rockets struck a school in the contested city's government-run quarters. The observatory said at least 37 civilians have been killed since midday Saturday by the government's artillery and aerial blitz on the besieged eastern enclave. On the other hand, Syrian state news reported a teacher was also killed in the barrage that struck the Al-Furqan school near the Sabil neighborhood in Aleppo. And going to Nairobi, police officers have killed 4 suspected extremists in Kenya's volatile Mandera County, a border region hard hit by recent attacks by the Somali extremist group Al-Shabaab. Police killed the men at the Somali border while ambushing a group of about 20 suspected members of a cell of Al-Shabaab militants on Saturday, according to what officials said on Sunday. Officials also said the group allegedly was planning an attack on a police station, adding that police recovered 4 rifles and a Somali army jackets during the ambush. From another aspect, Al-Shabaab, the Al-Qaeda affiliate in East Africa, has vowed retribution on Kenya for its troop presence in Somalia. On the other side of the world, French conservatives were voting in a nationwide primary on Sunday to choose their nominee for next year's presidential election. 7 candidates are competing in the first round of the conservatives' primary on Sunday, and the runoff will be held between the top 2 vote-getters a week later. The 3 leading candidates are former President Nicolas Sarkozy and former Prime Ministers François Fillon and Alain Juppé. The conservative candidate's main challenger may turn out to be far-right leader Marine Le Pen. From another perspective, on the economic front, all candidates want to lower taxes, reduce the number of public servants, and to reverse the 35-hour work week. On another side, South Korean prosecutors said on Sunday that they believe President Park Geun-hye conspired in criminal activities of a confidant who allegedly exploited her presidential ties to amass an illicit fortune. Prosecutors want to interrogate Park in prison, but presidential spokesman Jong-Yeon-kook, who said the investigation resembled a character assassination on Park, strongly hinted that the president would continue to refuse their questioning. However, prosecutors on Sunday formally charged the confidant Park's longtime friend Choi Soon-sil on suspicion of interfering with state affairs and bullying companies into giving tens of millions of dollars to foundations and businesses she controlled. And finally, a collision between a Vietnamese freighter and an Indonesian sailboat left 15 people missing off Indonesia's East Java province. The cargo ship MV Tyson 4 and the KM Mulia Sejati, which was carrying 27 people, collided before dawn Saturday off Tuban district, according to the head of the local disaster mitigation agency. The official also said all of the victims were from the Indonesian boat and 12 were rescued and rushed to a hospital for examination, adding that a search for the missing has been underway with the help of the Navy, which deployed 2 warships. And before ending our news, let's take another look at the most important headlines for today. Train derails in North India, killing 104 while many trapped. French conservatives voting in first presidential primary. And we reach the end of our news bulletin for today. Thank you for joining us and see you tomorrow in a new bulletin.